Hi, and welcome back again to the second part of understanding Qi. This bit moves on from the metaphor. Remember, I talked about Qi as a metaphor, and now I'm going to take us a little bit further than the metaphor. So what I want to talk about is something that was really established in the theories of Ilya Prigogine and Eric Jantsch. So Ilya was a Nobel laureate, and the pair of them developed something called dynamic systems theory. Now, dynamic systems theory is not so complicated, really. It just means that we are all organisms, all people, all things, all organisms are in constant interaction with everything around us. Now, it's easy enough to think about this. If you think about standing on a drawing pin. You stand on the drawing pin, you're in interaction with what's around you. Not only the bit of the foot that hurts, but all of you is affected. That's because the stab of pain sends a shooting up through the body, and everything becomes destabilized until you get the system stable again. After a while, your friends, your partner, your family, everybody's going, "Are you all right?" Like this. And for a while, especially if you're me, you behave like the world is coming to an end and you're never going to survive. And then a minute or two later, everybody's really worried about you, and you go, "Yeah, actually, I'm fine. It wasn't so much. 2 minutes ago, it was a lot." But it doesn't seem so much now because you're back in balance. You've regained control. Your system has stabilized. So what's interesting about this is that something is going on connecting you to the outside world. Now, if you think about it a little bit further before we talk about Qi too much, think about this a little bit further. If you're doing Tai Chi in class and everybody's going at a different speed, I can't really do that. I'm on my own. I'll try and find some people to go at different speed with. But if everyone goes at different speed, it doesn't feel right. Something that the other people are doing, because it's never you, but the other people, something they're doing upsets your system. When everybody goes at the same speed and you work in real synchronicity, then everything feels wonderful. You feel wonderful inside. Dynamic systems theory, what's happening there is affecting us inside because it affects our body through the body. Small things. You've probably heard of chaos theory, the idea that a butterfly flaps his wings and then everywhere else, somewhere else in the world, some catastrophe happens. Let's not go quite so big. Let's talk about trying to balance. Now, this is something that I often do. Say to people, stand on one leg. So people go, standing on one leg, standing on one leg, standing on one leg. So people go like this, standing on one leg, standing on one leg, standing on one leg. And I say, hold your ear. No, okay. It's strange, isn't it? That you can try it, by the way. Have a go, because it's good fun. This touch, that tiny touch, somehow settles all of your system. You're not balancing on your ear. At least I wasn't. Perhaps you'd like to do that. Try. You're not balancing on your ear. But the touching of the ear helps your whole system to reset. How many people do Tai Chi with no shoes on? The more experienced people are, the more likely they are to take their shoes off to do Tai Chi. This is because they want to feel a connection with the ground. Why does that matter? It matters because we're trying to feel something from outside us affecting the way we feel inside. But aren't we separate? Well, no, we're not separate. It's clear from modern science that we're mostly made up of, you're all going to say water, aren't you? No, space. Actually, we're not so permeable. We are so permeable. We're permeable. We're not so permanent. Sorry. We are mostly made up of space. Space is almost all of us. The hard bits are tiny and they may not even be really hard in the end. So what we feel is we feel a connection outside us coming in. You can be just obvious about it. The most obvious connection is your breath. You breathe in. You're connecting with the outside world. The quality of the air, ask anyone with hay fever, the quality of the air affects all of your body. We also touch things. The quality of the touch affects all of our body, like I said about the drawing pen. But it doesn't even have to touch us. If you go outside in the sunshine, beautiful sunny day, and you feel the warmth of the sun, you're going to feel something change inside you. Not just that you're warm, not just that your body is great with the vitamin D, but you feel different. You're happier. There is not actually a Western science explanation for that process. There isn't. Look it up, search it. If you'd like to send me it, I'd be really grateful because it would be interesting to see. There isn't one. It happens, but there isn't an explanation. So in traditional Chinese medicine, they would say it was straightforward. There's qi outside, Wai qi, all around us. We're just drawing it in. If we get back to seeing qi as stuff, that's not so helpful. But if we get into thinking of it not so much as just a metaphor, but as something that's affecting us from outside and through the inside of us. When I move my foot, my shoulder changes. Ask anybody who's had a hip operation how their knees feel, or had a knee operation how their hips feel, or has had damage to their foot, how the rest of the body feels. Everything changes according to a little end point. The system is dynamic and it's adapting to the coming in and the passing through. This is dynamic systems theory. You don't even have to touch it. Let me give you a perfect example. You're all doing your Tai Chi and it's wonderful. Everybody's flowing beautifully and somebody looks down and a big spider walks across the floor. Oh, what happens? Everything's disrupted. All you've done is seen a spider. It hasn't touched you. It's probably not going to give you any difficulty. It's just a spider. But it really changes how people are. Something has interacted. Something has interacted. Qi is like this. It's just an interaction from outside affecting us. When one end of our body touches, moves, changes, another part of our body is affected. When I'm doing my Tai Chi, my foot moves and I feel this movement settle itself through the body, one end to the other. The system is aligning. So this is something a bit more. It's not just a metaphor anymore, it's something actually happening, but it isn't stuff. There's no magic, invisible essence out there that we're drawing in. But something's happening, it's coming in and it's changing us. This is dynamic systems theory, look it up, and this is part 2 of understanding Qi. In part 3, I'll take us another stage on. For now, good Qi.